Here's a clip from Tarabuster with Tara Devlin.
This woman, Trish Regan from Fox Business, she put together a montage. And now she's off the air temporarily because of this exact piece of video.
Chorus of hate being leveled at the president is nearing a crescendo as Democrats blame him and only him for a virus that originated halfway around the world.
What the f*** does that matter? They're so stupid, these effing Republicans. That's the level of their racism. A virus that came from halfway around the world. So what? We're in this together. It doesn't matter when people are dying, whether the virus came from China or not. Anything to cover the ass of the doltard, of doltard, the Republican doltard.
This is yet another attempt to impeach the president. And sadly, it seems they care very little for any of the destruction they are leaving in their wake.
What a faux concern. Oh, so sad that they care little about the destruction they're leaving in their wake. Never mind, these are the same people that prop up an economy that works for none but themselves. Forget the destruction of that. Forget the destruction of less than 50% of the population being in the middle class. No, it's the poor little victim at the top. Everyone's so mean to him. So unfair.
In the stock market, all this, unfortunately, just...
What is with the stock market?
For any of the destruction they are leaving in their wake. Losses in the stock market, all this, unfortunately.
Wow. Oh, the humanity, the losses in the stock market. Forget not being able to retire. Someone's balance sheet will have one less zero on it because of the truth getting out about the coronavirus and Twitler's ineptitude. Because he doesn't like the number. He likes the numbers where they are. The more people you test, the more people get tested positive for the virus, having the virus. Don't worry about a pandemic infecting each other. If you're going to die, do it on the down low, quietly. Don't make the dim leader look bad. And the poor stock market, the poor rich, what are they going to do without another zero on their bank account that they will never spend this lifetime, that they'll give to their undeserving heirs? It's not about your health or whether you get the health care that you need or whether you get to take a sick day instead of going out and driving your Uber. This poor stock market. There's nothing more vile, too, than these right-wingers who watch Fox News repeating the same shit. Hey, how's your stock market? How's your 401k? Well, considering 401ks are all bullshit anyway, not so great. Considering that the first 401k generation is retiring, and it's not pretty, that they have to rely on government assistance, that they don't have enough to keep them afloat until the end of their lives, like Garrett. Oh, God damn it, Tara Jr. Just pull my. Son of a bitch. Tara Jr. He just pulled the headset out and the mic. I'll have to beat him later. No, I would never. I'm only kidding. This show has just been that kind of show. It's been a shit show tonight. Pulling out mics and everything. Okay, let's just keep playing this.
Just part of the political casualties for them. You know, this is a time to be united, not to be pointing fingers.
Never more time to be united than when it looks bad for the doltard in chief. You stop politicizing things. It's not the time for politics. No, sweetie, there's always time. Everything is politics. You notice how it's not the time for politics when everyone's looking at him like, what is wrong with this doltard? When even some of the dum-dums who voted for him are like, maybe he's not doing a great job making America great. If only, please, this is what I pray. I wish that only the Republicans and the right-wingers and the fascists, the morons, the corporatists, that they were the ones that felt the results, the consequences of their policies. Unfortunately, it's nice people, too. It's normal people, too. Innocent, decent people have to live in the consequences and have to struggle with the society that these effing bastards make possible. I mean, look at this woman. Look at her hair, her makeup. The whole apparatus that's in place to keep her on the air, to prop her up, her platform. And look at me, sitting here in my own apartment with a cat pulling out a microphone. This is what we're up against. They get it all. They have all the power. And we're sitting here trying to compete, trying to make something, trying to make this country actually great. And you know how you make it great? Not by putting everyone in their place or ensuring that the rich get richer and white men are at the catbird seat of power like it was in Mad Men time when it was great. Of course, no, that the rich actually pay their fair share, that we have progressive taxation so that the rich don't get so rich that they challenge government, that they can buy government, that we actually have campaign finance laws in place that, or even how about getting money out of politics? So we have a government that works for all. So when we get a deadly pandemic, that when a pandemic happens, as it is wont to do, it will happen again, that we're prepared. And it's not that we have to suck ass on some private insurance company that stands in our doctor's office to bankrupt us and deny care, that kills us, that we have a government that isn't just for the 1%. I mean, if nothing illustrates more what we're up against than this picture right here. This woman with her makeup, she's coiffed within an inch of her life, compared to me, sitting here, trying. They got it all. They got the microphones, the platform. That her message will get out. The message of poor Donald Trump. These this virus is Obama's virus. Well, of course he blames Obama, too. What am I talking about? That's what he actually is doing, blaming Obama. Even though Twitler's the one that dismantled the office that handles pandemics. It's a disgrace. I know that's one of Twitler's favorite words.
Not to be encouraging hate. And
I'm sorry. You're encouraging hate. What are you talking about? It's a disgrace. The result, what we're looking at, that's a disgrace. Not me. Her. And the policies, the weak-ass capitalist kiss up, kick down, I got mine, sucks to be you, Medicare for all who want it, or Medicare for none, health care for some, days off for some, vacation for some, sick leave for some. That doesn't work. We're the only country that has no guaranteed sick leave. We're the only country that doesn't have Medicare or health care as a right, where people have to count out their pennies and say, can I afford this copay? where you got to go on GoFundMe. And she's just crying how unfair it is, how the media, how the Democrats are treating her Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump. The J is for genius, as Bob Kincaid says. How they're how is just treating him so unfair. Now, no, you want to know somebody? Tell me, show me what their priorities are. Show me what gets them out of bed in the morning. What makes them angry. She's angry. She's poor Trish Regan. Poor girl. So passionately defending a tax-cheating, draft-dodging, dictator-envying con man who received fewer votes. So unfair to treat him so unfairly by telling the truth about how unfit he is to hold to lead a drunken conga line in a Jersey Shore, much less lead a modern nation. Could you imagine? Believe it. When I think about it, when I think that our president is Donald Trump, a moron, a person who can't spell, a person who says, I don't know what this picture means, but I sure like it. Tweeting out a picture of himself fiddling while, like Nero when Rome burned. Oh, God.
You know, this is a time to be united.
United? It's a time to be united? Well, why you keep dividing us? Why you keep talking about leaving people behind? Why are you dividing us all the time? If it was a time to be united, then why do you advocate for policies that make the rich richer and the working class the working poor? And divide us. Why do you send your dumbass morons into pizzerias to uncover a pedophile ring? Why aren't you telling people, instead of making them afraid of caravans, why aren't you encouraging them not to be racist ignoramuses? This isn't a time to be divided. When is the time to be divided as the United States? You can't do enough to divide us fast enough, Trish, because you got to have it all. That's the irony here, because you and I, we're just working. We're just trying to make a more equitable union, a more perfect union, by making it known that we're in this together. We're all in this together. Even you, Trish, with the lowest worker to the highest, to the CEO. Everyone has value, not just you, Trish. And guess what, Trish? You'd still be rich. Even if we had progressive taxation, even if your undeserving heirs had to pay an estate tax, they'd still be rich. But we might have a democracy. That's the trade-off. We might still have a democracy. We might be able to have a decent middle-class life for all. People wouldn't have to sign up to serve in the military to get health care or go to college. That's not the sign of success. Oh, God damn, I hate these people.
Fingers, not to be encouraging hate, and yet what do we see? We see the absolute opposite
hate?
From...
What the hell is she talking about? Encouraging hate? She's not talking about encouraging hate against those who don't have any political power, or transgendered people, or those who have been incarcerated or illegally incarcerated. Although, the people in prison, we have more people in prison than they have in communist China. And she's not talking about that. She's talking about Twitler.
What do we see? We see the absolute opposite from the left tonight.
Wait a minute.
This is a time to be united.
United?
Not to be pointing fingers, not to be encouraging hate, and yet what do we see?
Encouraging hate? The entire reason Fox exists is to encourage hate. The Republican Party can't win. Conservatives can't win. Let me clarify that. Conservatives cannot win without hate. They need a divided country. They need the working class divided against each other. Why is everything blurry again? See, Junior, I almost called him Twitler. You're not Twitler. You're good.
The absolute opposite from the left tonight. Good evening, everyone. I am Trish Regan. The hate is boiling over. Many in the liberal media.
What is she? Look at her. The hate is boiling over.
Using, and I mean using, coronavirus in an attempt to demonize and destroy the president.
I don't think the president is capable of telling us the truth about the coronavirus.
They have no plan. They have no plan. The virus is going to kill Americans regardless of their stupidity.
This administration right now looks like they can organize a one-car parade. He is not going to be able to have his rallies, and it is going to psychologically torment him.
The president should...
Yeah, so what? Tell me. Tell me where they are wrong.
Or else he should get out of the way. Stay on the golf course.
This may be Donald Trump's Katrina. Yeah. This is an event that could take down a president.
There's no confidence in the president in anything he says or does. I wish he would just be quiet.
I see. This is impeachment all over again. And like with the Mueller investigation, like with Ukraine Gate.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at her. Look at her. Like with the investigation. Like with Ukraine. Holy shit. Why don't you get as animated about all the statistics we talk about, about the 1/3 of the American people who can't retire? How about all of those who have to go to GoFundMe for medical care? How about all those who are sick but have to go and drive their Ubers so they can spread the coronavirus? Because if they don't get into their Ubers and drive, they don't get paid. How about that? How about this is the only country without a paid sick leave or paid maternity or child care? You sons of bitches. Trish Regan. Look at her.
Be their need to create mass hysteria to encourage a market sell-off.
It's a market sell-off because you suck, Trish. You and Twitler and the Republicans. The reality is the emperor has no clothes. This is a case in point of the apparatus that surrounds Twitler to keep him propped up and all the dumbasses voting for their own demise. All right, Junior, come on, kid. Show's not over yet. Now he's going into my shirt. Great. Can you
anything
come out
we've
of
seen
my shirt,
recently,
please?
or whether it be to create mass hysteria in order to stop our economy dead in its tracks. Don't kid yourself. They told us how much they crave a recession as a way to get rid of Donald Trump.
I love how animated she is.
Tracks. Don't kid yourself. They told us how much they crave a recession as a way to get rid of Donald Trump.
Wow. I wonder if Trish ever got that animated at income inequality, upward immobility. This is what we're up against. Trish.
Tarabuster is recorded live every Saturday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at the RDT Daily Facebook and YouTube channels and rebroadcast on Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Progressive Voices or anytime on demand on the Progressive Voices app.
Support RDT Daily and Tarabuster by becoming a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Remember, we stick together, we win.